Hello.
Today we're exploring into AI. It's everywhere, right? But we're looking a bit differently beyond that big hype about super smart AGI, artificial general intelligence.
Right? We're digging into how AI is impacting us now, and maybe questioning the main story we hear about its future.
Exactly, and we're drawing from some excerpts from an article in Prospect Magazine called Beyond AGI, Rethinking AI's Social Impact.
Yeah, it was a really interesting piece.
Our mission here is basically to unpack its core argument for you. We want to contrast the usual AI talk with this critique about power, about alternatives, give you a shortcut to this, well, pretty critical perspective.
So much of the popular buzz is about AGI. Machines becoming smarter than humans, that whole idea.
Okay, yeah, let's get into that because this article, it jumps right in and says maybe focusing so much on that future AGI thing, it's actually a bit of a distraction.
That's the key point it makes early on. It argues that this distracts from the huge social transformations already happening because of the narrow AI we actually use day to day.
You mean the AI that does specific tasks?
Exactly. Those algorithms, those specialized tools, they're already reshaping whole industries, jobs, how things are run. The article suggests that by dreaming about this, like far-off superintelligence, we might be ignoring the really big changes and challenges happening right under our noses.
Okay, so it tries to ground the conversation in the present, then it looks back, doesn't it? Contrasting the current AGI narrative where humans might get sidelined with an older idea.
It does. It brings up JCR Licklider. Heard of him?
Vaguely, from computing history.
Yeah. His concept was man-computer symbiosis. Totally different vibe. He wasn't thinking about computers taking over. He saw them as partners, as tools to augment what humans can do.
So like collaboration, working with us?
Precisely. Enhancing our capabilities, not replacing us. There's a really stark contrast to the narrative where AI inevitably surpasses humanity.
And that contrast sets up the article's big warning, right? There's a quote they use. Something like, with powerful AI, humans are sidelined, and it's machines, or, well, the people controlling them who rule.
That's the one. And the article argues this isn't just about technology. It's about power. This focus on AGI, it suggests, tends to centralize control, meaning it puts the reins in the hands of a fairly small group, maybe folks in Silicon Valley, for example. The danger highlighted is that this elite group gets to decide AI's direction, potentially embedding their own biases, their own worldviews into the systems that could shape everyone's future, could lock in existing power structures.
Wow. Okay. The source uses some strong language here. It calls this dominant vision a kind of technological authoritarianism, says it reflects an elitist, essentially authoritarian ideology. That's quite a claim.
It is strong language, yeah. The article's perspective is that these crucial decisions about AI often happen, without much democratic input. They're driven more by corporate goals, profit maybe, than by what the public actually needs or values. It really questions who's steering the ship.
But it's not all criticism, is it? The article points to things like AlphaFold 3 as maybe a different path.
Right. AlphaFold, the AI for protein modeling. It's presented as a counterexample.
How so?
Well, it's a huge success in a specific area, domain-specific AI. And crucially, the article frames it as emerging from collaborative science, aimed at the public interest. It shows you can have really powerful, impactful AI that isn't just about creating some general superintelligence controlled by private companies for profit. It's an alternative model.
Okay, so pulling this all together, what's the takeaway for us listening?
The article basically issues a call to action. It's urging society, all of us really, to challenge that dominant AGI narrative, to push back against letting elites have all the control.
And to reimagine AI?
Exactly. To think about how we can develop AI based on public values, democratic discussion, making sure it serves, broad societal goals, not just making money or chasing some techno-utopian dream. It forces that question, whose future are we actually building here, and who gets to decide?
So this deep dive really highlights a critical view. The AGI focus might be distracting us from current power plays and maybe even pushing us towards a less democratic future, while other paths based on collaboration and public good are actually possible.
Yeah. The debate isn't just technical about how smart AI gets. It's fundamentally political and social. It's about whose vision wins out and ultimately who benefits from this incredibly powerful technology.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to chew on. If AI decisions are truly shaping our society, our future, how do we make sure those decisions actually reflect everyone's interests and values, not just the few who happen to be holding the keys right now?
If AI is shaping our future, the key question is, who gets to decide how? Right now, a handful of tech elites hold the keys. To ensure AI reflects everyone's interest, not just theirs, we need inclusive design with diverse voices at the table, transparency in how algorithms make decisions, public oversight, like we have for utilities and finance. AI isn't just tech, it's power, and power must be shared to serve all, not just the few.